everybody. Sorry for if you're hearing a noise in the background. Apparently, I think the landscaper are doing something outside. It sounds like a little girl screaming and they're messing with their tractor. So, anywho, what I wanted to actually do today is kind of give you guys a little quick lesson on finance. I know it's weird. Isaac doing something educational, talking, not just griping. I figure I could either teach you guys a few things or I could sit there and gripe all day. By the way, just got my brand new case of Dummy Mango. This stuff is good. The Mango Orange Cream. Really good stuff. If you want to check them out, w.gg, use code INF10. You'll get 10% off your qualifying orders. And it's a great way to support the channel. So, the sheet here is actually from a game called Cash Flow. Now, Cash Flow was created by Robert Kiyosaki and his team to actually teach people about finance and actually show them, how money flows and how to do all this stuff. Now, if you remember way back when, you'll remember that I actually talked about the 4 magic boxes of importance. Your income, your expenses, your assets, and your liabilities, right? So, income is pretty self-explanatory. It's where you get your money. Where you get it from. Like I have Walmart, $2,258.72 every month. I don't have any other income coming in. Your expenses are including taxes, like home payments, like a mortgage or rent, credit card payments, other expenses, lights, utilities, food, phone bill, that kind of thing. So, taxes for me every month is about $356.64. Rent payments, I just average it out about $765.46. Credit card payments are $294. Everything else is about $425. Now, what we're going to see here is how money flows. So you have in my salary, I have my $2,258.72 there. And then I have my total expenses, which come up to $1,841.01. Yeah, that's a lot of money. And I would have a salary income money left over every month by $417.62. Not a whole hell of a lot. So when people hear me complaining, I can't afford a car yet, that's why. That's why. Yeah, no, it's not just me whining and griping. It's literally me not having enough money. Working 10 years at Walmart doesn't exactly help a lot. Now, while I'm going over this, I want you to pay attention to a couple things. Now, if you'll notice, in the liability section, you'll have the home mortgage, and then you'll have assets. Of course, I don't really have any assets right now. Well, actually, technically I do, because yesterday I spent $40 on Robinhood to actually buy some Mazda and Subaru stocks. But those aren't going to really help my monthly income right now. They're like 2. So, yeah, 7 cents every 3 months ain't going to do a whole lot. But that's why you're actually supposed to try and, slowly invest in it as you can. Now, a lot of big problems that people do is, especially as they get more salary, they tend to increase the amount of liabilities or loans that they owe, which usually ends up with, this box getting much bigger. They end up having to pay, which adds to their expenses, not to the passive income. Now, one of the things that cash flow tries to teach you, especially, is that to get financial freedom, you want to build your asset box, right? And assets, as explained in cash flow, are things that give you money, that add to your monthly total that you actually get every single month. Not things that add to your expenses. So, by, cash flow, or by that logic, then a home that you own just to live in is not your asset. It's a liability. It's an expense that you have to have, right? So that's the first thing that I'm definitely going to explain to you guys is banks will let you borrow money against the home because the idea is that if you can't pay it, they can just sell your house from under you and then get their money back. So do not confuse the ability to get credit as an asset, right? 9 times out of 10, credit is not an asset. It is a liability. It always will be, always has been. Now, there's concept that Robert Kiyosaki does go through. He talks about good and bad debt. Good debt is when you borrow money for something like a rental property or to buy a business. And usually the idea with good debt is that, yes, you're technically owing more money, but the monthly income from that asset is going to be more than what you're spending on it every month. So it actually adds to your passive income total. So that's when you want to be able to borrow money, right? But you still want to be able to pay it off over time because you don't want to just constantly owe that money. Another thing that Robert Kiyosaki really teaches people in his books and pretty much everything he does is you shouldn't rely on a job or your government to pay for your bills, okay? Because, jobs, they can fire you at any time. The government, they have habits where they'll either reduce your benefits. I'm being kittied. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. Yes, you're fluffy and cute. I love you, too. So what he tries to teach people is to invest their money. And investments include things, like stock market and real estate, stuff like that you own. Now, see, even Moon Pie gets it. Meow. Good boy. Now, a strategy I use for this game, and is very, really, really good, especially considering that this is a game that you can actually plug your actual information, like your actual expenses and everything into, is I will buy stocks first and then move up to real estate and other stuff when possible. And that's actually something I recommend to people, especially if you're kind of young, you're first starting out. Go for the stock market first, then worry about real estate and other stuff. Now, when you're looking at the stock, something I will definitely tell you guys, okay? Do not do the whole buy low, sell high crap. That's basically, you're basically playing a slot machine with that, okay? Understand what you're doing in the stock market. You are buying pieces of a corporation. So if you really want to be careful, know what you're doing, all right? Your best bet is research the companies that you want to buy, find out who's in charge, what decisions they've made in the past. That's going to be really important before you decide to go and invest money, okay? Also, another reason why I say that buying low and selling high is like playing a slot machine is because nobody can predict the future, okay? Somebody could make a bad decision somewhere down the line and your stock prices just tank. Somebody could make a really good decision and your stock prices will go up. But at the end of the day, there's no way to really make certain for sure. So one of the things I do when I personally invest, right, I find a stock that's stable but relatively cheap. And there's 2 reasons for that. Stable stocks, they don't really have that much volatility, so they're not going to go constantly up and down, up and down, up and down all the time, or at least not in huge increments. And 2, I look for cheaper ones because when you're getting paid, when I do things, I buy stock for the dividends. I don't buy shares because oh, I just like this company. No, I look for something cheap that's going to pay me a rent that's stable, that pays me dividends every quarter, right? So for that purpose, if you buy something that's a $200-300 stock, you know, I love you too, buddy. Right? You're not going to get very much in that stock. But if you buy something like Subaru or Mazda, which are currently like close to $5-10, you can get for the same price as something like Walmart, Tesla. You can get a whole lot more of that stock and be able to get a much higher payout for it. Oh, someone's being cute and loving. Oh boy. Oh, yes. The critter is cuddly. Meow. Now, obviously, once you build up your stock, you could potentially borrow money against it, so you can buy real estate for rental purposes or get capital for starting a business. Now, I'm going to put down the kitty for now. He's cute and fluffy, but no, of course, he's coming back around. He's like, meow, I want pets. I want loves. Yes, we do. Yes, you do. I know. You love loves. But that is going to be definitely something I will absolutely tell you, is that your best bet, if you want to be financially stable, is invest your money, start businesses, look at how you can do stuff. Now, of course, there's some stuff that you're going to want to do, especially if you're going to start a new business somewhere, is you're going to have to do research. Figure out, who the core audience or core customer base is going to be for that business, what the demographic of the area that you're trying to go into business is, to see if that business will actually do well there. A lot of research. If you're doing it right, you're going to want to do just a ton of research before you do anything. Now, sometimes there are going to be opportunities that you're going to want to hop onto. And one of the things that this game actually does teach you really well is to be able to spot business opportunities and investment opportunities. So, in real life, of course, if you're not me, you've been raised to invest. Your mother was somebody with a business degree, so on and so forth. I'm going to tell you, before you go to the stock market, to go find a broker. Don't do online broker if you can help it. Go find somebody that you can meet up face to face, in person. Somebody that you can, take for lunch and get advice from and talk to, okay? And this is going to be really important. When you're talking about your broker, you're going to want to be somebody with them that you can sit there and have a good conversation with on a regular basis, that you're going to want to have meetings with them at least once a month, if not every other week, just to sit there and kind of talk about, okay, what my best investment policy is going to be for each thing, who I'm going to want to look at for right now, that kind of thing. And so, of course, obviously, you're really going to want to research these people, kind of know, okay, what have other clients said about these people? As I'm being catted. Hi, cat. Yes. You like it when Dad teaches people, huh? It's so much nicer than him ranting and raving and being angry. I get it. Yes. Yeah. Moon pie is being moon pie. Hello, sweetheart. Hello. So, obviously, I'm not a crypto bro, so I'm not going to tell you to go invest in cryptocurrency. Right now, that's just one of the dumbest ideas. There's nothing really backing that stuff up. At least with stocks, stocks are backed up by the assets the company owns. It's backed up by the people who actually, run the business and who have either hopefully proven that they're capable of what they're doing. So, that kind of thing. Hello, buddy. Meow. Meow. Someone's being a purple. Hey, purple. Yeah. Yeah. But, I think this is going to be it for me in this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.